Imagine if you wake up every day with $84,600 in your bank account, and every day, at the end of the night, it's gone, whether you wasted it or not, and then the next day you get another $84,600. You would do everything in your power to spend it, because you know the next day you're getting $84,600. You don't want to leave nothing there. You make the best of it, right? You get 84,600 seconds. Why waste time? Take every day and every moment and make something of it. Make something positive.
There are definite highs in the life I've chosen, and there are definite lows. Then there are moments that are so perfect that you forget about everything bad that's happened all the way along the journey. This few days is one of those moments. I've been living in the lap of luxury. I've been visited by good friends, and I got my boat ready. We are ready to go. This episode is me doing all of that.
Don't fish here because
Enjoy.
there's turtles. That's the best sign I've seen in years. I would love to say that, now that I have my mast on and I'm anchored, or I'm at the dock, that I'm ready to just go anchor out in the lake and spend 2 or 3 weeks anchored somewhere having fun. But look at this. Yeah, so when a marina puts your mast up, they just tighten down the cables just enough to hold it in place. As you can see, tuning it is a whole nother thing. It's called tuning it. Basically, the goal is to have your mast be the angle you want on your mast. So let's talk about that. Let me preface this by saying I am not skilled at this. I do not know what I'm talking about, and this is just my understanding. So, essentially, my mast is not made to have a rake or an angle in it. A lot of masts are made to do that because you can change the sail shape by pulling the top of the rig back, and you can make the triangle of the sail be a little bit different. Mine was from the 70s, and a lot of things have happened since then. So essentially what I like to do, or what I'm supposed to do, is I want my mast to be straight this way, and I want my mast to be straight that way. And I have 8 wires to pull on it at all different directions in order to make it happen. So, the other thing that's essential to know in this process, which you saw last episode, is that there's no bolts holding my mast down. My mast does not go through the boat. It's just sitting in there on a metal cup that tightly fills the inside of the mast so it won't go left or right. But without... Yeah, look at the trouble that the dog has gotten himself in. Look at him. What's gonna happen? Does the chair go in the water, or does he? Yeah. So, first thing I'm gonna do is tighten the back to get it to where it's not pulling. I don't want it to pull on the mast too much, but I want it to stop the mast from pulling forwards if the mast should pull forwards. So, step 1. Turnbuckles come in a lot of different shapes and forms. Newer ones have a big thing where you can stick a metal rod through and spin them. This one you actually just pinch and rotate. But essentially, this one is reverse threaded from this one. So when I turn one way, they come together. When I turn the opposite, they separate. Once you get them where you want them, you put pins in right here, which you can see, and the pins hold it from rotating. Let me see if I can show you a hole. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to see that. The pins go right through there. Alright, I got it just the way I want it. When you get a new boat, they actually have the specs for each cable. So you use a tensioner to tell how tight the cable is, and then it'll tell you each one is this amount, this amount, this amount, and it's a lot easier. In my book, in my manual, it says I forget the exact expression, but it basically is like a light tension or a couple of inches movement in the cable is allowed or something like that. So it's not a pound per square inch, but my mast, if you look at the stay right here, my mast is pretty straight. It's actually following the mid stay. And then the shroud, the two stays are actually pretty even. And everything's pretty tight. So I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna put the pins in. And I might have one of the other sailors from the dock over there on dock 4. I met a couple people who have done this trip several times and they're giving me a lot of good information. I knew that I had to be under 57 feet or 47 feet to make it under a lot of the bridges, and they told me it's actually 64 feet for most of the bridges. I am 38 feet plus the height of my boat, which is probably 6 feet. So I'm nowhere near. Alright, let's put the pins in. The trick is to pick a pin that's got a big enough head not to go through the hole, but you don't want very much metal sticking through because that's what catches on your leg when you walk by, or heaven forbid on a sail. Yeah, so we're gonna make that choice. So you put the pin through, okay? I'm trying to get the focus on it. And then you put a slight bend on the tip, right? Slight bend tipping out, slight bend. So when I push this into here, the tips are going into the guide and it won't catch your hand when you go up or down it, or a rope or a sail or anything like that. So this is one that I have done perfectly. And if you look, you can run your along both sides and you won't catch anything. All the way up and down, no need for tape.
7 texts, 2 a.m. Halfway dressed, they're all saying, call me up. You can't sleep, you're testing me. Bad but sweet, and I'm just trying to keep it together. Oh, and now you're saying, put your hands on my body just like you think you know me. Want your heart beating on me, don't leave me hot and lonely. I don't usually give in to peer pressure, but I'll give in to yours.
So this is my third stop with this dog. Second cove. This is showing up as 9 feet deep right up into here. So this is a very viable spot to tie up to 2 trees with a sailboat. Not even anchor. Be a little wavy when there's boats here, so I wouldn't do it on the weekend, but during the week it would be a nice little spot. The river seems to like it. I think it's something beautiful. It's right on the north end of Lake Barkley. Look at these eggs on this branch. I don't know what kind they are, but it would be interesting to see them when they're hatched. There's a lot of them. I don't know if they're fish or flies or what. Frogs maybe? Tadpoles? I don't know. So I'm gonna have Scott and Sue are coming up with Keegan and Faith, and they're gonna spend the weekend up here. So we're gonna do Sunday. We're gonna do some beach hopping and running in the water with the dogs. My dog and their dog are loud and obnoxious dogs when they're together, so we're gonna have to tire them out. But after about 10 minutes of hanging out, they're best buddies. But they do run and tussle. And they're both thick dogs, so it's kind of scary to watch. But long story short, I'm gonna stay at the marina 2 extra days. Why not, right? I don't want to be rushed out of there, but I have already found a couple places like this is a good spot to anchor the boat and stay for a week. And it's really close to the marina in case I need fuel or beer or anything. So, yeah, I'm just kind of exploring the north end of Lake Barkley right now. Look at that shit. Oh, that feels so good to get out. Holy shit. It's gonna be 90 today, so we had to put up the tarp. Look who loves the tarp. He loves the tarp. It's his favorite thing. He sits in here and barks at people going by. He just made friends with the staff here, both the staff. Both the girls helping out right there on that Silverstone, which is gasoline. I don't even want to know how much that costs. Both of them love river. And like everybody who likes cattle dogs, ooh, I gotta clean the lens. Like everybody who likes cattle dogs, they have one in their past. Huge difference in the temperature of the boat. The hatch and the door are not insulated, even though the top of the boat is insulated. So covering the sun from hitting that hatch drastically changed by like 10 to 15 degrees. I'm sad. I'm gonna say goodbye to my truck. So Scott and Sue came up from Tennessee with their son Keegan and his girlfriend Faith, and we spent the weekend together. We wanted to see some live music, and they're gonna take my truck. They're gonna take my truck down to Tennessee and leave it at Cuba Landing for me. Then, one thing that I don't think people realize, big marinas like this one, where they have restaurants and such, they have courtesy vans. You can just check them out. It's not even something you pay for. You just ask to use it, and then there's like a 2 or 3 hour limit. So you can use a car here. This place actually has courtesy shuttles too, so you can get in a golf cart and a guy will drive you up to the store or whatever. Yeah, so it's not, a lot of people think that they're stuck on their bicycle or they need to carry a moped or something on their boat, but in reality, if you go to a marina to fuel up and you're at their fuel dock, you can typically use their car. The other thing I found, as soon as people find out, River, stop pulling on me. As soon as people find out what you're doing and that you're on a long trip, everyone offers to give you a ride to the store or let them, I've never been in a place where someone doesn't offer me a ride. So I might be carrying my mountain bike for no reason, but we'll see. I'm gonna take the crew to a beach. We're gonna run these dogs. My phone is saying device is too hot for high quality video. That's how I feel about myself too.
So Martin, if this was at flood stage, you wouldn't be making it underneath.
If it was at, so I don't think I'd try at 45, even though I'm under, I don't think I'd try at 45. Something like that, but I don't know, there's a cable hanging there that looks weird.
When you're going
Houseboat and gone my little houseboat to try to go up the Milwaukee River under a bridge where when it's close, it's fucking scary because it'll take the house off. Like that when you hit up there, that's coming right down to us. It's not gonna stay up. Yeah.
Where's the joint? The joint comes down like this.
The mast, look at see dick right there. So a mast cuts off at the rope and becomes wood underneath. You doing good? You singing to yourself, Sue? I just stranded them on the boat. We anchored here offshore. We're gonna take the dinghy. Everyone's gonna go to the beach. We got ribs that we're gonna slow cook on the grill. Keegan is a vegetarian. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he's a vegetarian. So we got lots of really good veggies to throw on the grill. Actually, every time I eat with them, I end up realizing I should eat less meat. But it's gonna be a nice little day. The dogs are gonna run on the beach till they're tired.
Oh no, here comes that sun again. That means another day without you, my friend. And it hurts me to look into the mirror at myself. And it hurts even more to have to be with somebody else. And it's so hard to do and so easy to say. But sometimes you just have to walk away. Walk away. So many people to love in my life. Why do I worry about one? But are you the happy in my nest? Homeground feels like the weight it's been lifted always. But if she leaves me there, I won't run. Please pass it on, carry me down. All you need to know is I want more, more, looking for more. I want more, more, I want more.